jiggle, jiggle, wobble, wobble. Hello, my name is Laura. I review popular internet recipes to see if they're actually any good and if they can be achieved by us mere non-chefs. And today we are making the jiggliest, the cottoniest, the cloud-likest Japanese cheesecake. I've had this cake on my radar for a long time, and after letting you guys vote on the old Instagram, this is what the people want, and this is what the people will get. Now, it took quite a while for me to find a recipe that I was happy with using, mainly because of how notoriously difficult this recipe is. I don't want to substitute anything, including the baking pans, and I finally found a recipe that uses a baking tin size that's above 15 centimeters, and that recipe is by Michael Lim, and his recipe is the one that will guide us on our jiggly journey. Before we get started, pew pew! Laura's not a chef for all things food, and Laura Danielle for just my life and stuff. And my coffee account will be down below. If you enjoy food videos, review videos, and someone being chaotic, idiotic, and silly at times, please consider subscribing. Now, let's go to the ingredients. So here we have all the ingredients we need to make our delicious, jiggly Japanese cheesecake. So I'm going to keep you in this position to begin with, because the first thing we're going to do is put on our oven. Oven time! So, oven setting. Ooh, move you out the way. We don't need you quite yet, cake tin. But we fill it up with water until it's about a centimeter. I don't know what a centimeter looks like. Do I have to get a ruler out? I hope not. Maybe a little bit more. And the tin pan also that he uses isn't one that you take off. It is one like this. So yay us, we're on track. And we preheat our oven to 120 with no fan. No fan at all. Oh, I need to put the water in there. Silly me, in you go. Hiya! Excellent. All right, I think if anything lets me down today, it'll be my oven not being on the correct temperature, because I've got a funny little oven, you know. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's not. It's not at all. Okay, let's move over here. You can come out because I don't want you to stab me. I see that look in your eye, the look of danger. Oh, we actually need the saucepan, so you can actually come back over here. So we're adding our milk. Pouring our milk. Cream cheese. Oh, that came out quicker than expected. Butter. And heat it in a low fire. Trusty whisk. We're heating the ingredients until it is all melted and all combined, but is not boiling. Okay, well, this looks well combined to me and delicious. Okay, so I have turned off the heat. Add in our flour and corn flour. We mix it in whilst the mixture is still hot. All right, so we keep mixing until the mixture is smooth, thickened, and combined. I think mine looks pretty smooth, thickened, and combined. I think that's good. Doing a good job today. So far, so good. Egg yolks. Time to give them a little mix, a little stab, stab, and combine. Keep mixing until it is smooth and well combined. Alrighty friends, come on over here. Okie doke. Okay, so we're whisking the egg whites, and when it starts to get foamy, or a little bit bubbly, then we add in all of our sugar at once, like kapow! Get in there! And then we keep whisking away until it reaches soft peaks. I think this looks like a soft peak, don't you? Let us get our little mixture. Mixture! Where's my stick? Where are you? Oh. How hot is this? It is not hot at all. Only slightly warm. Huh. Oh, and by the way, you don't You don't add all of the sugar at once. You do it gradually. And yeah, my bad. Don't listen to me. I'm not a chef. Okay, so we're adding a rather large dollop and plopping it in. Stir slowly in a circular motion and start from the top and move down to the bottom. I thought maybe if I used a rubber whisk, it would be less inclined to defluff. And we want the fluff, goddammit! So then you get a bigger bowl. Pour all of it into our big bowl. Delicious. Okay, so I believe that we're adding a bit of the egg whites into this one and then mixing it, then adding more, and so on and so forth. And we do the same technique as before. We start from the top in a circular motion. Apparently this technique is good if you're not good at folding the ingredients together. Important not to lose our fluff, otherwise we won't get the jiggle. All right, I think we're doing a good job. We have to make sure we don't overfold it. Pan size, 18 centimeters. Here I am. And we're gonna pour her in. Chopstick time. So now we're popping it in our oven for 20 minutes at 120 degrees, which is what we preheated it at. Let's get you in there, little one. And then after 20 minutes, without opening the door, increase the temperature to 150 degrees and continue baking for another 15 minutes. Then after that 15 minutes, now you open the door, leave it open for 10 seconds and then close it back up. Lower the temperature to 100 degrees and then continue baking for 40 minutes. And then after 40 minutes, your cake should look rounded on the top and golden brownie color. Turn off the oven and close the door and let it cool down for 10 minutes in the oven. Serving time! So let's take it out of the oven, shall we? Okie doke, let's have a look. Don't let me down. Ah! This is what we're looking at. Wow. Oh, I stabbed it to check if it was cooked. That's why it looks like that. Confession time. So, after I had done with the original recipe, it was completely white on top. It hadn't browned at all. And I knew my oven was gonna cause problems. I knew you were gonna let me down, you. Ugh. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe it's just not browned on top, but maybe it's cooked. So I stabbed it with a knife like this. Ugh. It was like, yeah, full of uncookedness. And because of this, I was thinking, oh, should I risk brainstorming here, troubleshooting? Should I like risk it all to find out? And I did, because I didn't want to give up, you know? And I found on this forum somewhere that says I did 15 minutes at 200, 15 minutes at 150, and then I left it in the oven, but the oven turned off for 30 minutes. And this is the result. It's got a beautiful brown color. It's like dinted a bit in the middle, but I think it's time to try and take it out of its little casing. Ooh, I need to get a little bit of baking paper. I was really skeptical about putting it at 200 because I know it's a very delicate process, you know, and I didn't ruin it, but you know, I had to do something because otherwise it just wasn't gonna do nothing, you know?
I think the biggest lie of our generation was saying that things are non-stick. You still gotta put oil on them. All the time.
Let's try get it out. Hopefully it works a bit better than the koi fish recipe. Wait, is it like this? I don't know. I don't know what I am doing. Oh, that flew away. So graceful. Flip you over again. Is it jiggling? It is! Ha ha ha! Jiggle! Jiggle, jiggle, wobble, wobble. I think it's time we slice into this, don't you? Yeah, I don't know if that bottom's cooked. The non-chef life just hates all of us. We just want delicious cheesecakes, you know? She be wobbling. She be crazy. It's a party in here. I mean, it looks good. It looks rather nice. Did we prevail? Is this actually all good? Dare I say, succeed? Well, let's give it a try. Friends, I think we did it. I think we achieved the unachievable. This would taste better cold, I think, but just so you know, it doesn't wobble when it's cold, like this. Look at it. Why is this so funny to me? I mean, this tastes exactly like it. I'm just surprised. I thought that I genuinely was mentally preparing myself to be like, well, non-chefs, you know, and not everything is made for us non-chefs. But we did it, friend. I mean, I think I got lucky, to be honest. I don't know how this worked. How did you work? Tell me now. I guess this is what they would call flabbergasted. I definitely think I did still make the right decision with choosing Michael Lim as my Jiggly journey guide. He uses an 18cm mold, which was really hard to find a recipe for, but it's really easy to buy cake tins that size. He was very thorough with his instructions. He gave a lot of detail. The hiccup that we came across with it being underbaked wasn't anything to do with his recipe as much as it was with my oven just like not being at the temperature that it says it is. So the temperature must have been too low on my oven. If you have a very reliable that is the temperature that it says it is, or you have an oven thermometer that will tell you what temperature it is, which he recommends having, then you won't run into these issues, and I think this can be achieved by non-chefs, which is good news. Good news, everyone. But I don't know, if you decide to make this, let me know below. If you've made this before, if you intend on making this, if you're going to make it, then I think this was a good recipe to choose. And I will link him down below if any of you non-chefs want to follow along his video and try the jiggliness yourself. Well, I think that's that for this week's episode, my friends. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week for another recipe review. Bye!